Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to another video. I would say it's gonna be a little bit of a different video than the other ones. The other one has been truly clear, just a breakdown of the single trades I took. This one, I hope, by the way, that you are in my Discord here, where we go over all this together. It's all free. Don't be like scared to join. It's not paid or anything. We just help out people. And an idea that someone had is me breaking down my chart in what I look for over like the last week and how I kind of just break down my charts. So coming into this week, if you look at this, how I see it is when we start here, I'm just gonna start on Thursday. So the overall bias for me, like for people that don't know, is me trading AMD. So what do I mean by that? So I define my bias by how the AMDs are playing out. And as we can see here, like most of the AMDs that we can see are bullish, like this accumulation, manipulation into this piece of structure to then distribute a little bit. So our accumulations are usually ending up distributing higher. So what I try is to find protected lows. How do I see protected lows? So once we took out this piece of structure and left this low with this 5-minute order block, what am I looking for? So we distribute higher with this break of structure here. It's confirmed that this distribution lower is ended. So what I'm looking for now, like I'm not trying to entry anything here, is to see what happens. So once we like here on Friday during New York session, what happened is we again kind of have this accumulation zone here. For me, how I mark this is like that. We have this accumulation zone here. We take out this piece of structure down there, and then we have this order block right there, which is really strong, pushing us away. So I know this low down here that I marked out here has no liquidity. If it would have liquidity, market would have done something like this, came lower to then distribute higher to take out this low. We stopped here though, so I know this low right now has no resting liquidity and is holding us. In terms of market, why people ask me, okay, why are you not longing this here? Because looking at the market, in the current market, I don't know that this low is protected. I know this low is protected when we ended this manipulation here, broke structure here, and distributed higher. Now I know this low is protected and we should not come down to this low anymore. So what I'm looking for now is entries in the long direction. So what I mean by that is, again, keep looking at this accumulation coming lower, respecting this like this protected low. Technically now this becomes a protected low as well, because if it's not, we would have came down here, took out this piece of structure and went higher. But just because we did not do that, technically this becomes for me also a protected low. So again, you can see this here again after pushing higher here, respecting by coming down here and ending the manipulation down. This is again a protected low for me, creating this order block which is going to push us higher later. So what I start to look for here is now, again, I don't have any entries here because I have not been trading this here, but again we have this whole accumulation zone, leaving this piece of structure down here created in basically nothing. It's just in the middle of this fair value gap, so it's an engineered low for me, which is going to get taken. So again, at the time of market, we don't know yet that this low is protected here. I have it marked as protected. Why? We have this 5-minute OB created by this move up. We took out this piece of structure here, which I mark out like this. And after pumping from this OB, I know this low is protected by not taking it. It's the same principle as we had before. If it would have not been protected, we would have taken this structure out and then distributed higher. But we did not do that, so it becomes protected for me. And you see, It's not, it's another low that is being left for a long time, which I don't see being taken until we take a major, for example, this high up here, protected high. So I'm only looking to buy until we take some protected highs and we see signatures in market that we are gonna build AMDs to the downside, which I'm gonna show you guys later. So knowing what Friday did and Thursday, it's pretty easy to look into Monday. So what we're doing is basically like accumulating here, creating this accumulation. Why, again, here, why are we not looking to short this? Because technically, yeah, in hindsight, this is an accumulation, taking out the highs as a manipulation to distribute lower. Why is that not the play we're looking for? Because our overall AMDs are always in the upside. So we're looking for AMDs only to the upside. What I mean by that is taking out this piece of structure again. If we drop down to the 3-minute time frame, let me go back here. By the 3-minute time frame, we create this order block. How do we confirm the manipulation is over? This break of structure up here. After coming back, we can limit basically this order block and target opposing like basically here, but you will have not taken full TP yet. So this becomes a protected low. Why? We end manipulation here in this order block. We did not take out this piece of structure. We distributed higher. Again, next entry criteria we could look for is here, another entry. We have this OB that I have marked out here. You can limit the OB. Technically, the stop loss at this time should be down here. I'm not a fan of doing that. If you want to be 100% safe and this should be the protected low, then yeah. How do we know this becomes the protected low now? Just by coming basically by the next AMD. Right now you don't know that this is a protected low. It becomes a protected low after distributing. But yeah, these are my long criteria. So this low right here becomes a protected low once we see this again. It's the same cycle. You see me doing the same thing over and over again. So what are we doing is basically accumulating. So we have this accumulation here. For me, why is this not for me like a manipulation or something? Because for me this is still an accumulation, taking some piece of structure here, but nothing I'm looking for, because again we are not looking to short. So what happens here in pre-market and during like New York pre-market here in front of New York AM open is this accumulation up here is started by this engineered low down there. So we are expecting this to be taken, which is in fact being taken at the open. Here we have this 5-minute OB again being created by this push up. So this 5-minute OB leads us to go higher. As we can see here, you can limit this OB again after taking this piece of structure. This should be the protected low. Stop loss under the protected low, waiting for distribution higher, which is going to happen here. Now, after this distribution higher and having like these lows being stopped again by a break of structure, this becomes a protected low and price should not come under here after taking out a protected high. So how do I know, or not know, but how do we change the bias? So we have a protected high right here. This is not a protected high right now as we don't know what's happening. So we know, okay, we have this high. If we go back here, we know, okay, if this had liquidity at the moment, this high would have been taken here again, taking this piece of structure, going lower. So this is a protected high at the moment. So what we are doing is coming up here, and now we have to see where our AMDs are going. So we start to build a lot of bearish AMDs. Here we don't know it yet. So what are we doing? During Asia, we have this piece of structure leading for this move down. We have this accumulation zone. We take out this piece of structure to distribute lower. Here, kind of, again, you could say, for me, it's not a good AMD, but here we take out this piece of structure here to then distribute lower, manipulating here. So we start to see a lot more bearish AMDs. So how do we know these become protected highs? If this is not a protected high, again, I'm going to explain it again here. We would have taken this, take this piece of structure and go lower. So this becomes a protected, very important one for me, and should be the high of the week if we continue this. And you can do this everywhere. We take this piece of structure here, create this high. After confirming this is over, after breaking structure here, we come up again and we leave this up here. We end manipulation here. If there would be liquidity, we would have taken this piece of structure to distribute lower, but we do not. So after this distribution is happening, we know this is a protected high again. So what are we doing? We are still looking, okay, again, AMD in some kind of way distributing lower. So we start to see we are getting way more bearish after taking out so many protected highs and or after taking out the protected lows and building up these protected highs. So here we see again we have an AMD. We take out this piece of structure being built in this distribution down. We take it out. We have our 5-minute OB. Here on the 3-minute, I'm not going to change time frame right now, but here on the 3-minute, this piece of structure confirms it. We limit the 5-minute OB. We target the opposing side of structure, and we take this down here. This is not a really textbook A plus because A plus would have been here, the limit up there after this break of structure here is confirmed, coming up here, giving us the move down here. This would have been the A plus scenario, but didn't give an entry. So we go ahead again. We have this piece of structure down here by creating this move higher. We take it out. We come up by on the lower time frame breaking structure here, confirming it's over. So what are we doing? We come down again. Technically, but we are not. Again, why is this not a protected low that we are looking for? We are looking for protected highs to short. So it's way more higher probability to short in these markets as it has been more higher probability to long in this. So this is why we're not looking for these scenarios. So now I forgot where we are. Nice here. So we take this piece of structure, we come up here, then we come down, we have this 5-minute OB, we can limit the OB, target opposing side of liquidity. How do we know this is a protected high after? Basically, it becomes a protected high, as we said again, after another AMD. So after the next AMD, this is confirmed the next protected high. So again, not a really beautiful AMD, but again, why are we not looking at this as the manipulation to distribute higher? Yeah, in hindsight, this worked, but we are looking to short until taken out like major bearish major protected lows and showing us again like AMDs to the upside. We are looking to short here. Again, AMD, we take out this piece of structure right here. We come up here, we have this order block, we limit the order block. This becomes this trade example is not the best trade example because why is this not a protected high? I said this many times now, we need a following AMD to confirm this is a protected high. So I remember I marked this out to show you why this played out in hindsight, but it's not the perfect trade in my opinion, because what happened after, we came down, we took out these piece of structures here, we accumulate again, we come up, we take this piece of structure up here, we take this high, we take this high, we also take this high. So after taking these highs, we know this is not a protected high, but what happens here again? We build this order block, we come down, we break structure on the 5-minute after by coming under this. I know some people want to see this candle closure down here, I don't. We come up, we limit, why again, sorry, I need to explain this more. Confirming that this manipulation higher is over by this break of structure, double confirmation, coming up into the 5-minute OB, limiting it, having the stop loss above here, technically above this protected high, but I do the order blocks. So after here, distributing lower, we know this became the protected high. Why is this not marked by me by a protected high? You should already know. This is not the protected high yet because we have to confirm it with the next AMD. For me, like not even confirmed with an AMD, this is a protected high for now, because if it would have not been, we would have again, as I said, taken this piece of structure to distribute lower. The perfect example to see the protected high would be like here after not taking this piece of structure, like for example creating an AMD here, coming up here, taking this high, this piece of structure, leaving this up there and distributing lower, we know this becomes a protected high. That's how I see protected highs. And this is how many people like had a hard week, but if you break it down with a power of 3 on the higher time frame, then it's gonna get a lot easier to know the lower time frame. Why? If I mark this down here, if markets are technically going up inside the day, it's gonna look something like this. We have this accumulation, we have the manipulation, and then we distribute higher again. So if I do this again, if this is like a day, there is gonna be a lot of AMDs, AMDs, AMDs in a bullish market. If market goes down like this, we're gonna see a lot of accumulations, manipulations, distribution, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. And this, if you can see what the higher time frames are doing, it's going to become a lot easier to see what the lower time frames are doing. And this is exactly what I marked out by seeing what is protected and what is unprotected. And then you can basically see, if you leave this on the chart, if you mark out the OBs, also this back there by this OB created here bounced us another like 650 points. So keep your things on the chart, mark them out like this, try it out, and yeah, let me know if this helped you. If you already did mark out your markets like this, and I hope it was understanding, or understanding wise, I hope it was not too complicated. I tried to do it as fast as possible. It's already 17 minutes, but yeah, just let me know what you think, and I hope this helps.